Commandment 10, Part 5. What to do instead. When we look into this topic of coveting and how we shouldn't be doing it, the next important topic that we are needing to be discussing is what it is that we are supposed to be doing instead. This word covet, whenever we look up antonyms for this word, we get stuff like decline, reject, refuse, detest. All of these words are a good starting point to show how we are needing to be looking up gathering wealth on this world. However, as we have done with everything else in our studies so far, we are needing to be looking into the Bible for what it has to say about it. In 1 John chapter 2, verses 15 through 16, "Do not love the world, nor the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Because all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world." Looking into what the Bible has to say about this topic, through 1 John chapter 2, we are able to find out that it is pretty clear, even through just a couple verses, that coveting is something that we are not supposed to be doing. It serves as a warning against worldly attachment to values and systems, serving as a caution against prioritizing worldly desires over spiritual ones. In this verse, it words it as, "If anyone loves the world." The big word to look into here is the one word of if. It is telling us that there is a conditional statement, indicating that there is a choice that we as believers must make. The love of the world is characterized by desires that are temporary and self-centered, as opposed to the eternal and selfless love that comes from God. This verse, and others like it, serve as a reminder for us as Christians that we are needing to be seeking and to please God rather than people and ourselves by the things that are in the world. All this is done to show that instead of focusing on things like coveting, we need to be focusing on the things which are eternal and which will never fade away. In Matthew chapter 6, verses 19 through 21, "Do not lay up treasures for yourself on earth, where moth and rust corrupt, where thieves break through and steal, but lay up treasures in heaven for yourself, where neither moth nor rust corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." A common thing that is being mentioned here is one that emphasizes the temporary nature of earthly possessions. This verse is able to help to visually illustrate the vulnerability that comes with earthly possessions and treasures that come with natural decay. In ancient times, clothing was a significant form of wealth. Because of this, moths were a common threat to stored garments. On the other example is used in this verse, rust or corrosion, often refers to the decay of materials, all of which is another form of wealth. The final example that we can see being used in this verse here is thieves. This reflection of insecurity in earthly possessions. Homes in those days were often made out of mud bricks, making them much more susceptible to break-in, especially when compared to more of our modern-day homes. However, this point is still there to serve as a reminder of the constant threat of loss that can come through theft. The use of these examples are able to show the temporariness of material wealth, emphasizing the futility of placing trust in material wealth, all of which contrast with the eternal nature of spiritual treasures. Jesus is teaching here to help point to the need for a treasure that cannot be taken away, meaning a heavenly treasure. These verses highlight the importance of aligning one's heart with godly or spiritual values over the things which are worldly, like material wealth or coveting. In 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 17, "Charge the rich in this world that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God. He offers to us richly all things to enjoy." This idea of being high-minded or conceited is in association with pride. It can lead to a false sense of self-sufficiency and superiority. Wealth is described as uncertain because it can be lost or devalued. As we are able to see in other Bible examples like Luke chapter 12 verses 16 through 21, the Bible is able to teach us the lesson that true security comes from God and not material possessions. This reflection of passing nature of earthly riches and the need for a foundation built on faith.